वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुलारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णा प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमय प्रदीपः Namo Namaha. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you are joining. We have been covering the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita called as Karma-yoga. Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. It's the central piece of Mahabharata, as I have been telling. It's Bhagavad Gita and Vishnu Sahasranama. The striking message of Bhagavad Gita, so Mahabharata, Ga runs through. Mahabharata was scribed by Ganesha, told by Vedavyasa, wrote by the scribe Ganesha. Ganesha wrote Ga, and Mahabharata has a story of Gangeya, Ganga's son Bhishmacharya. Again Ga comes, Ganga's son, Ganesha, Gangeya, Ganga's son, Gangeya is called as Bhishmacharya. Gangeya means Ganga's son, Bhishmacharya. And it has why we had to chant Mahabharata. The one who reads, understands the Mahabharata, Gayatri. Gaya means one who sings, understands. He or she will be protected. Gayatra, one will be protected by eulogizing Mahabharata. Ganesha, Ganga, Gayatri. And it has Yadunandana Acharya ji, he talked about Kaka, Ki, Ki, Kuku, Ke, Kai. He talked about that one. Says Ga and Ga is Gayatri. Then Gi is Geeta, Bhagavad Gita. So another one. Ga, Geeta. And then Go, what is that? It is talking about the Govinda. Go means one meaning of go is a cow. The second meaning of go, another, many meanings are there. Go means earth, go means water, go means arrow, go means the heaven. Vinda, one who liberates us to the higher world, is Govinda. The Mahabharata talks about Ganesha, Gangeya, Gayatri, Geeta and Govinda. It's a beautiful message of, it's a how to remember the message of, if anyone asks the message of Mahabharata in a few words, you can say Ga, then Gi, Go. It conveys the message. Ganesha, Gangeya, Gayatri, Geeta, Govinda. In Mahabharata, I have been talking about the story of Dronacharya. Last week I mentioned he was insulted by his classmate, childhood buddy, who studied under his father, thinking that he was my father's disciple and I have every right. The son of a teacher has a right like his father. Whatever the wealth the student has, the teacher also has the right on that one, but teacher won't take that one. But whatever teacher has, students has, it is the teachers also. So, thinking that I am not asking anything, I just wanted a cow and a calf, but Drupada said friendship will be only with equals. That person who is at the gate is a beggar. Beggar and king cannot be on an equal pedestal. I don't know him, shun him out. And so insulted by that one, and Dronacharya forgot about the Kripi's request to get a cow to feed her son Ashwatthama milk. He forgot about that one. He had spent 12 years under learning about Astra Vidya from Parashurama, and he straight away went to Hastinapura. Outskirts, around the well, boys were playing, they looked panicky. He went and asked those children why they look very panicky. The Yudhishthira was king regent, it's a prince, and they recognized him also. They had given him the Raja Mudra, like the access card which gives the access to everything. He had a ring with a stamp on this one. It's only royals will have that stamp. He had a ring, and when they were playing the game, ball fell into the well. These boys, they wanted to get the ball out of the well. While trying, Yudhishthira was trying, his ring fell into the well. Now he got panicky. Without ring, he won't have access to all chambers. People will be questioning if somebody steals this ring, and they will get the access, and it's a big security risk. And he desperately wanted to get his ring back. They tried all means, but they could not. And kids were worried. So Dronacharya came and said, see this, you don't know the power of the astra. You are all know about the weapons, but I can get the ball out, not to panic. I have through the mantra astra and shastra, two things. Shastra means weaponry, modern day weaponry. But in Mahabharata has gone beyond that one. It is not only the weaponry behind that one. When it is weaponry are released with a mantra, it gets additional powers. Like Brahmastra, various astra, Varunastra, Indrastra, Vayuastra, various astras, the mantra, charged with mantra. He said not to worry, and I will get the ball out. He picked up a blade of grass. He uttered the mantra which he had learned from Lord Parashurama. He threw it at the ball. It went and stuck to the ball. And he plucked another blade of grass, and he shot that one. That got stuck to the first blade of grass. He threw another one, it got stuck. And slowly by that, it became like a rope. It got connected. And he pulled it out. These children were thrilled. They never imagined this could be possible. He pulled the ball out without jumping into the well. How marvelous. They were all clapping and rejoiced. Now Dronacharya said, I can get your ring also out. But there is a condition. Now he gives a condition. Earlier he was in a Silonchana Vritti. He never asked anything. Now he put a demand. I will get the ring out on one condition. You have to look after my welfare. Earlier he never asked. Now he said, you have to look after my welfare. Yudhishthira, he put his hand on Dronacharya's. I will make a promise. I will look after your welfare. like employment problem is solved. I will look after your wellness, welfare, and it is my responsibility. With that, receiving that promise, Dronacharya did the same thing. He threw the blade of grass at the ring with the astra, with the mantra. It hit, pierced through the water, and it got stuck, and one by one he pulled it out. The children, they could not believe the power of mantra. They thought only you need a weapon or physical strength. They realized this mantra, power of mantra is far superior. Superior, which they could not have imagined through any other means. They did that one, and now after giving the ring back to Yudhishthira said, you go and talk to Bhishmacharya about me. Dronacharya said. Okay, that Yudhishthira, these boys ran to the palace and said, the Gangeya, Dronacharya, their grandfather, it's a wonderful, it's a person has come, a teacher has come, he has extraordinary power. Bhishmacharya knew who it was, because Dronacharya and Bhishmacharya were contemporaries. They were already around 700-year-old. Yogis, great yogis. Bhishmacharya also had studied under Parshurama, Lord Parshurama. How long did he study? Bhishmacharya studied for 425 years under Parshurama, and 125 years studied under Ganga, took him to the Devaloka. They were Guru, Brihaspati. Dronacharya is an incarnation of Brihaspati, as I said. He studied under Ganga, took him to the Devaloka. There he had studied for 125 years. So 425 plus 125, Bhishmacharya spent 550 years only in studies. And he knew this person had studied for 12 years under Dronacharya, under Parshurama. He knew my Guruji's disciple, he is my Guru Bhai, he knew that one. And he immediately recognized, I know who is this person, this marvelous person. And instead of asking him to come, Bhishmacharya himself went to receive him. Illumined person, Brahmana, how to respect that person Bhishmacharya has shown. Instead of ordering him to come to palace, Bhishmacharya himself went. Bhishmacharya could have taught these things to his grandchildren, but he wanted the teacher, a Brahmana. Brihaspati, Dronacharya was a Brahmana, able, whereas Bhishmacharya was a Kshatriya. Though he was capable, but he wanted my grandchildren must learn from a right source. So he went to Dronacharya and he welcomed him to the palace. And that is another, I will stop there, I will continue the story. How the story had developed, Mahabharata story, I will continue. And it's a very fascinating story what Mahabharata is revealing to us. Arjuna Uvacha. Jyayasi chet karmanaste. Matha buddhir janardana. Tatkim karmani ghore mam. Niyojayasi Keshava. Tatkim karmani niyojayasi Keshava. Vyamishreneva vakyena. Buddhim mohayasiva me. Tadekam vada nishchitya. Yena shreyo apnuyam. At the beginning, Arjuna asked the question in the first chapter. He was saying that we are doing aho bata mahat papam. We are doing a great sin by fighting the war, and that in the beginning, and Advika, you said, studied for 17 years in yesterday's teacher's training. Not 17 years. He had practiced the time of war. Arjuna was 70 years old. 70, not 17. Okay? And yesterday we had a teacher's training. About 14 children were there, and marvelous to see children also part of teachers training. And Arjuna had studied, and so for 70 years he was ready. In the crucial time, he said, we are doing a sin by fighting. It's better for me to run away to the forest and do meditation. He thought that is better. And here in the second chapter, Sri Krishna brought out the concept of karma-yoga, and he finished off saying that Yesha Brahmi Siti Partha Nainam Prapi Muhyati Sthitva Mantakalepi Brahma Nirvanam Richati. Coming to the center through the karma-yoga and come to the center, established in that one. Even in the last minute, that person reaches the highest. Then Arjuna asked the question, that is what I have been saying. I want to come to the center, and I am confused. You talked about karma yoga, you talked about coming to the center. I want to come to the center, and I don't, you are saying your conflicting message. Please tell me conclusively what is best. This karma-yoga concept, it is, most of us, we think doing some work, it is karma-yoga, do something, and that is karma-yoga. Sri Krishna, it's not only in the second chapter he brought out, he talked about this third chapter exclusively for karma-yoga. In fourth chapter also again Sri Krishna talks about karma-yoga. In the fifth chapter again Arjuna got confused. In the fifth chapter also, Sannyasam karmanam Krishna punar yogam cha samshasi. In the fifth chapter also Arjuna was still confused. You talk about sannyasa, you talk about karma yoga, what is best? Arjuna's confusion, it's like us, we think we are understood. Arjuna is asking the question on our behalf also. It's in the fourth chapter, fifth chapter also karma yoga is talked about. You talk, enlighten me, tell me conclusively. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Lokesmin dvi-vidhā nishta. Pura prokta maya nagha. Jnāna-yogena sankyanam. Karma-yogena yoginam. Na karmana manaramba. Naishkarmyam purushošnute. Nacha sannyasana deva. Siddhim samadhigacchati. And Shri Krishna says, just because you are not doing the action doesn't mean it is a karma yoga. And just because running away to the forest, changing the color of the cloth, it is not sannyasa yoga, it is not, it's a path of liberation, it's not a jnana yoga. He says, without doing anything, nobody can exist. One or the other people are doing, whether seeing, whether hearing, whether sleeping, whether talking, whether writing, or whether walking, something they are doing. Without doing anything, nobody can exist. And what Sri Krishna is saying, anyway you are doing, why not do it as a yoga to get the best benefit? Nahi kaschit kshanamapi. Jatu tishthatyakarma-krit. Karyate hyavasha karma.
ह्यवशः कर्मा
सर्व prakriti-jair gunaihi
सर्व prakriti-jair gunaihi
कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य
कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य
य आस्ते मनसा स्मरन्
य आस्ते मनसा स्मरन्
इन्द्रियार्थान् विमूढात्मा
इन्द्रियार्थान् विमूढात्मा
मिथ्याचार स उच्यते.
मिथ्याचार स उच्यते.
People that they think they are not doing anything, had Arjuna gone to the forest as he wanted, in the forest he would have been thinking, I should have done that one, and Shri Krishna says it is a hypocrisy. Physically not doing, mentally active, that is called as hypocrisy. It is not it's a mithyachara sa uchyate. Physically not doing and mentally active. Many people, elderly people also, physically not possible. Physically, as we age, physically we can't do, only keep on talking. And keep on talking, keep on complaining. That is why people say a grumpy old man or a grumpy old lady. They can't do anything, keep on complaining. Keep on complaining. Physically they are not able to do. They keep on complaining, that is not right, this is not right. Shri Krishna says that is a hypocrisy. Physically not able, as we age, we have to learn the art of calming our mind. Otherwise, you will be a grumpy old man, grumpy old lady, and keep on whinging and cringing because physically I am not able, but mentally very disturbed. I have never practiced sadhana. That is why I am so irritated. Very elderly people, why get irritated when they had energy? They never thought about that one, how to calm down. Physically they are not able, that they want that one to happen, they want this one to happen. They never manage to calm their mind. Shri Krishna talks about this one, alerts all of us. As every one of us are aging, how to age gracefully. How to age gracefully without keep on complaining, whinging and cringing. And if you are not physically not able, mind also got to be calm. Otherwise, you are a nuisance for the people around you and people will try to avoid. And people then, elderly people will start complaining, nobody respects me, I did so much for my son, I did so much for my daughter, I did so much for my grandson, nobody respects. They only have so much of expectation. Shri Krishna is teaching us how to grow old gracefully. Yastvindriyani manasa Niyamya bharate Arjuna, niyamya arabate Arjuna.
Niyamya arabate Arjuna.
Karmendriyai karma-yoga.
Karmendriyai karma-yoga.
Asakta sa vishishyate.
Asakta sa vishishyate.
Yastvindriyani manasa. With your senses, when you have energy, strength, invest on to yourself. Try to calm your mind, relax your mind. Things always won't go as you wanted. Even when you are getting older, even it is tough. People won't be listening to you. Things won't be going as per your plan. Only way, reduce your desire, reduce your requirement. Try to adapt. Calm your mind through your senses. Calm your mind. Arabate Arjuna. And it's no more hankering after I want that one. Karmendri karma-yoga asaktashi vishishyate. And yoga, you are asakta. You are reducing your personal needs. You are slowly reducing your requirement. Why I am grumpy as I am getting old, my requirements haven't changed. I still have so much of needs. That I want that one morning coffee, midday coffee and evening coffee, but no, I can't do myself. I want somebody to serve, but people don't respect me. And I want to have that channel, TV channel, but nobody tells me how to do that one. So many complaints. Control your mind, calm your mind, minimize your requirement. Asakta sha vishishyate, that is higher. Shri Krishna tells how to grow old wisely. In the old age is a challenge for everyone. How to become old gracefully. Niyatam kuru karmatvam.
Niyatam kuru karmatvam.
Karma-jyayo hi akarmanaha. Karma-jyayo hi karmanaha.
Karma-jyayo hi karmanaha.
Sharira-yatrapi chet.
Sharira-yatrapi chet.
Na prasiddheda akarmanaha.
Na prasiddheda akarmanaha.
Niyatam, Shri Krishna says, Niyatam, whatever it has come to you, your path, whatever you are, as a student you have responsibility, as a child you have responsibility, as a citizen of a country you have a responsibility, as a parent you have a responsibility, and as an employee you have a responsibility. Whatever it has come to you, you discharge that one. Karma-jyayo hi karmanaha, karma-jyayo hi, and sharira-yatrapi. You want to maintain your body. If you are idle, you can't maintain your own body also. To maintain, you have to sustain the body, you have to keep it clean, and to sustain also, by running away, you can't maintain the body also. By akarmana, I mentioned karma, 4 types: akarma, vikarma, sakama karma, nishkama karma. Shri Krishna is talking about akarma. Akarma, by not doing anything. It is not means. In the 4th chapter, Shri Krishna talks about vikarma and sakama karma also. And that is not the one. Whenever she talks about karma-yoga, he is talking about nishkama karma. Karma, you do that one by reducing your desire, personal desire, and do it as an offering. How? Who is the role model for that one? And Shri Krishna says, right from the beginning, Brahma, as an offering it has been done. Shri Krishna says, yajñārtan karmano nyatra.
Yajñārta karmano nyatra.
Lokoyam karma bandhanaha.
Lokoyam karma bandhanaha.
Tadartam karma kaunteya.
Tadartham karma kaunteya.
Mukta sangha samachara.
Mukta sangha samachara.
Tadartham karma kaunteya. Tadartham, tat artham, therefore, mukta sangha. Mukta sangha means without any attachment. Samachara, do. Kaunteya, tadartham karma. You do your karma yoga without any attachment. I want that one, I want that one. As an yajñārtan, as an offering to the Lord. Yajna artha, as an offering. Yajna means yajana deva pujayam. Whatever I am doing, it's an offering to the Lord. Karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. And loko ayam karma bandhana. Yajñārtan karmano anyatra. Therefore do whatever you are doing as a karma, as an offering to the Lord. Anyatra, if you are doing anything else, not doing as an offering to the Lord and wanting to do any other action, Shri Krishna says it will bind you down. It will make you helpless. Karma bandhanaha. It will make you helpless in your life. And therefore, tadartham karma kaunteya, do that one without any attachment as an offering to the Lord. Then Sri Krishna says at the beginning of the creation, Brahma himself, when he created, that at the beginning of creation, he said, this earth is like a wish yielding cow. Do whatever, get whatever you want from this earth. Do it as an offering to the Lord. That way you can be free and enjoy. Sahayajna praja srishtva
Sahayajna praja srishtva
Purovacha prajapatihi
Purovacha prajapatihi
Anena prasavishyadva
Anena prasavishyadva
Esha tishthatyakarma-krit.
Keshava tishthatyakarma-krit.
This shloka and next shloka, as this mantra is, these two verses are given to the brahmacharis, the young initiates, to memorize this one, say every day. It's and right from the beginning, these two shlokas are taught to them to memorize. You have to do whatever as an offering. The next one, Devan bhavayata nena.
Devan bhavayata nena.
Devan
Devan
bhavayata
bhavayata
anena.
anena.
Te deva bhavayantu vaha.
Te deva bhavayantu vaha.
Parasparam bhavayantaha.
Parasparam bhavayantaha.
Shreya-paramavapsyata.
Shreya-paramavapsyata.
And when you are doing that one, whenever doing as an offering to the Supreme Lord, the carriers of your yajna to the Supreme Lord, many divine beings, they are so happy, and when they are accept whatever you are doing to take it to the Supreme Lord, and they will bless you in abundance. So many unseen hands will bless you along the way in your life. Many, when you give it to offer it as an offering, your action, offer it to the Supreme Lord as an offering, the divine beings in turn bless you. Parasparam, there is a mutual understanding. I give, he gives. Both are competing with each other. Who gives more? I give, I offer, they give more. I give it back, they give me more. So that abundance in life, there is no scarcity in life. There is an abundance in life. That is how an individual, a devotee prospers in life. How the family prospers. How the community prospers. The prosperity sutra is mentioned here. If you want a prosperous society, prosperous family, prosperous country, this is the sutra, the formula for bringing out the prosperity around you. The golden age, you can bring it. You give, you will get more. You give, you will get more. Abundance. And abundance will be there. It's a prosperity sutra, Sri Krishna says. And Ishtan bhogan hi vo deva.
Ishtan bhogan hi vo deva.
Dasyante yajna bhavitaha.
Dasyante yajna bhavitaha.
Taidarthana pradayebhyo.
Taidarthana pradayebhyo.
Yo bhunkte stena eva saha.
Yo bhunkte stena eva saha.
When the divine beings are blessing with so much, and out of greed, one, if he or she is not reciprocating, they are giving so much, not giving it back to the community, and Sri Krishna says that person is a thief. That person is verily a thief. And so the thief, what happens? They will be, all the amenities are cut off. I may be prosperous now, slowly my generation go into penury. Why my generations go into penury? If they look at what is the cause, why I am not getting anything, why my friends are getting everything, if I look back, my forefathers, somebody did snapped off. Because of that, generations is suffering and has gone into the abjure poverty. Sri Krishna, very critical of this one, calls that one as it's a thief. And I mentioned a few months back a story. One person had this goose he had, and one sage came and he blessed this. He had poverty also. He did lot of service to the sage, and he said this goose will give the golden egg it will give, and you will have abundance, and every day it was laying 2 golden eggs. And this person, he said, this golden eggs I should not utilize for myself, and he started giving it as a charity. So much, every day 2 golden eggs he was distributing, and distributing to the society. And after some time he died, and he had 2 children. They thought, they saw next day 2 golden eggs. Children thought my father was an idiot. He could have kept all the golden eggs. We would have become multi-millionaires. And instead of he used to give 2 golden eggs out, we will keep 1. And we won't, will give 1 out. They kept 1 and gave away 1. Next day, that goose, it gave only 1 golden egg. Earlier it was giving 2, now it reduced to 1. They thought, now let us hang on to this one, otherwise if you give it away, we won't have anything. They kept it for themselves. Next day, no golden egg. They stopped getting anything. That's the message. More you give, you will get abundance. Yajna-shishta ashinas santo muchyante sarva kilbishaihi bunjante te agam papam ye pachantya atmakaranat yajna-shishta ashena santo. The one, it's as I mentioned in the life, I am not the prime focus. I am the welfare of others are more important than my own welfare. Not me all the time. I want more, not that one. What I have, how can I make others' lives better? I am more concerned about others' welfare. That is, I take very little, whatever is left over after helping others. Yajna-shishta ashina santo. After giving whatever remnant, I enjoy muchya santo. The great people, divine people, they lead life like that. So they have overcome all the obstacles, all the bad karmas got snapped off. All negativities around them are snapped off. They lived the life that way, but bunjate te agam papam. One who eats only for oneself, always me. Selfish, always thinking about oneself. And that person eats, Sri Krishna says, verily eats. But what he or she eats, nothing but heavy sin. That heavy sin, Sri Krishna earlier called that person as a thief, and now he says that person really eats what he or she eats, nothing but heavy heavy negative karma, heavy sin. That person has to pay back. When he or she has eaten so much of heavy sin, that the divine providence knows how to punish that person, how to extract it from that person. Heavy sin eats nothing but sin. Annad bhavanti bhutani.
Annad bhavanti bhutani.
Parjanyat anna sambhavaha.
Parjanyad anna sambhavaha.
Yajñāt bhavati sparjanyo.
Yajñad bhavati parjanyo.
Yajña karma samudbhavaha.
Yajña karma samudbhavaha.
Annad bhavanti bhutani. Sri Krishna says, when the karma, nishkama karma, when you are doing as an offering, offering to the Supreme Lord as an yajna, and when you are offering, the divine beings will rain in their blessing, parjanya. So much of blessings in the form of rain comes from this, the rain, crops, plenty of crops. Plenty around, crops are there. From this body is maintained only through the food what we eat. This annamaya sharira is sustained through the anna which is produced by the rain. Rain is produced through my karma. Great people, they have done, sacrificed their life for the welfare of others. Because of that, the rain is coming, karma samudbhavaha. This is how, this is maintained. Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi.
Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi.
Brahma akshara samudbhavam.
Brahma akshara samudbhavam.
Tasma sarvagatam brahma.
Tasmat sarvagatam brahma.
Nityam yajne pratishtitam.
Nityam yajne pratishtitam.
And karma brahmodbhavam. This karma brahmodbhavam vidhi. This, regarding this karma yoga, it is mentioned in Vedas. The Vedas conveys this message, how to do the karma yoga. Vedas have talked about karma yoga. Brahma akshara samudbhavam. These Vedas are nothing but a message of Supreme Lord who is imperishable, akshara. He is there everywhere. Tasma sarvagatam, Supreme Lord is everywhere. It is His message for all of us. Through the Vedas, do the karma yoga. You have to be established in karma yoga all the time. Evam pravartitam chakram.
Evam pravartitam chakram.
Nanu vartayati hayaha.
Nanu vartayati hayaha.
Agayu indriya ramo.
Agayur indriya ravo.
Ramo.
Ramo.
Mogam partha sajivati.
Mogham partha sajivati.
This cycle, those who are not doing the karma yoga and they are breaking this cycle of this karma yoga, and Sri Krishna says that person is living in vain. It's a worthless life, wasting the life. Okay, for giving the space to exist, that person has abused the opportunity of getting a space for his or her existence. That person lives in vain. And in Srimad Bhagavatam talks about in Kali Yuga, now it is in Kali Yuga, it's still in the dawn phase of Kali Yuga. The total length of Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. Now so far we have covered only 5,000 years. Still in a dawn phase. Sri Krishna in the Bhagavatam, Vedavyasa mentions as the days progress, how the Kali Yuga will be. And there won't be any security. There won't be any security. People will mercilessly, they are chopping off the head, killing people, stealing. No, right from the government and people. What we are hearing in Afghanistan, around the world will be like that. mercilessly looting, no security. You don't know whether you'll come back. Everyone is like that. You can't, and it will be such a way that hardly there is no yajna, no karma yoga. Nobody is offering anything. And so selfish. I want to exist for myself, and hardly any rain, hardly any crops, hunger. They say, even if the rain is there, if the rainfall is there, it won't be, maybe in my front yard there is a rain, in my backyard there is no rain. Maybe it will, he talks about if the rain is there, if the cow, the one side of the horn, on one side of the horn there may be rain, other side there won't be any rain. It's so hardly any rain. Everyone becomes so greedy. No karma yoga, no concept of giving. And world Kali-yuga, how slowly it will be going down. It is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Sometimes we'll touch on that one. It's a very interesting comment. How our mental psychic, if I become very selfish, that I am teaching my children also become very selfish. Me being very selfish, my community acquaintances also become very selfish. Everyone is so selfish, concerned about themselves. And there is no concept of giving and sharing. That concept is lost. Yajna is lost. It is Kali-yuga. Slowly, how? It creeps into our own family. How it creeps into our own place. It is beautifully mentioned. Sri Krishna gives a hint here. In Bhagavatam, it is beautifully mentioned. And Narada once asked Sri Krishna, what is death and what is moksha? Moksha, Lord Sri Krishna says, death is the one when a person is dying, still has lot of desire. I want it. I want. That is so much of desire when as the person is leaving the body and desires are still there. Shri Krishna says that is death. What is moksha? Shri Krishna says moksha is the one when a person is still living. There is no desire, no personal desire. That person, Shri Krishna says, that is moksha. That is moksha. And that person dying, still I want that one, that is called as death. And give an example, my father's case, he lived up to 82 years, and maybe in the late 81 years, one of our neighbor also around the same age or a couple of years more, he came to our house in Bangalore, and he was maybe 83-year-old. He's brought a paper cutting newspaper and to show it to my father. It's a great news. The government, the central government has increased the pensions. We will get more, maybe 5,000 rupees or whatever. It is more. It's a very great news. See, it has come. My father said, I am not at all interested. I don't care what government gives or not gives. It won't make me happy or sad. There is no desire. Whereas the other person, 83 old, very affluent person, still desire, I want more. It is easy to talk about, but to implement in our life, it's very difficult. That is why we have to read the Shastras under the teacher, competent teacher, who can show the path, how to lead a life. Nobody is there to talk about these things in our life. Nobody, our university, my friends, nobody talks about how to lead a life. You have to go to a competent teacher, surrender, submit yourself, sit at the feet of the teacher. Then only how to lead a life will dawn in you. And we had covered up to here. Yestvat evam pravartitam. No, we have covered up to there.
Okay.
Yestva atmaratireva Syadyatma triptascha manavaha atmanyeva cha santushta tasya karyam na vidyate yastva atmaratireva Syadyatma triptascha manavaha Atmanyeva cha santushta Tasya karyana vidyate Yastvatmaratireva Yastvatmaratireva Syadyatma triptascha manavaha Atmanyeva cha santushta Tasya karyana vidyate. You have to engage yourself, maintain this cycle. Yes, yet tu atmaratireva. When you have dived deep, some people, that moment they experience, they go into inner ecstasy. They have dived deep within, they have experienced that moment of deep ecstasy. Atmaratireva, they are satisfied within, reveling within. Atmaratireva. And triptascha manavaha. And self-contained. They have dived deep. They have lost contact with the outer world. What it is happening, sometimes we come across that type of, we hear about that one, the actions they do is weird. It's contrary to not what ordinary people are doing. People or news media quick to point out, so-called great person, this the way in which this person is acting, how ridiculous. Many people starts criticizing also. Criticizing how this illumined person doing this one. Shri Krishna says, some person that when so gone deep, they have lost contact with the outer world also. They do so many things, may seem to be very weird. You should not complain about if the great people are doing. Shri Krishna says, Atmanyeva cha santushta. One who is reveling within, in the company of the Supreme Lord within. For that person, whatever he or she does in that moment of ecstasy, that don't judge by the outer action. That person, whatever he or she do may seem to be weird, but contrary. But for that person, karma won't bind that person. Karma won't bind, and Shri Krishna is saying that he is reveling within. Then that person, the karma, that person, there is no karma can bind that person. May seem to be very weird, but not to keep on criticizing the action of the illumined people. In the Upanishad also talks about great people, never comment about them. Sometimes it seemed to be weird that what they have done, and in Bhagavatam also Shukacharya talks about Sri Krishna's had 16,000 gopis, and what the don't try to imitate and criticize what Sri Krishna has done, you people can't understand. 16,000 wives and people start making jokes and never try to imitate. You do not know the hidden meaning of that one. Never try to imitate the works of the great people. Shukacharya talks about that one in Srimad Bhagavatam. And karma won't bind when one is reveling within. Naiva tasya na eva
Na eva
tasya
tasya
krita
krita
krita artha
yena
krita yena artha
artha
na akritena
na kritena
kaschana nachasya sarvabhuteshu
sarvabhuteshu
kaschid artha vyapashrayah naiva tasya kritenartho na kriteneha kaschana nachasya sarvabhuteshu kaschid-artha-vyapashrayah naiva tasya kritenartho. One who is reveling within in deep ecstasy, for that person there is no set rule. You have to do this one or do not do that one. You have to do, not to do. One who is in deep ecstasy, there is no obligatory duties. You have to do, you have not to do. Because that person has realized the purpose. It's a deep ecstasy, lost contact with the world altogether. And naiva tasya, na eva tasya, for that person, there is no obligatory to do and not to do. Nachasya sarvabhuteshu kaschid nachasya sarvabhuteshu kaschid artha-vyapashrayah. That person has nothing to get from other people also. He or she is not dependent on anyone for that matter. It's in deep ecstasy. That is only the exceptional part. But when you are not in deep ecstasy, when you have come out of that ecstatic movement, you have to engage yourself in karma-yoga. Tasmat, Shri Krishna says, Tasmat asakta satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hi acharan karma paramapnoti apnoti purushah tasmadasakta satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hi acharan karma paramapnoti purushah tasmat asakta satatam. Shri Krishna says, you accept that exceptional case. You have gone into deep meditation. You are in ecstasy. Accept that period. Other time, tasmat, therefore, asakta, not at all concerned about the personal gain. Satatam, continuously, always. Karyam karma samachara. You have to engage yourself in karma-yoga, nishkama karma. By doing the action without any personal interest, asakto hi acharan karma. That type of action, paramapnoti purushah. One elevates himself or higher self beyond the shackles of karma. How to unshackle ourselves? Shri Krishna says, engage yourself in the disinterested action and karma yoga, it will lead to a moment you will experience the ecstasy in your life also. That you will experience that one, it will elevate to the high, very high in your life. And the repeat 3 shlokas we covered. Yastvatmarati-reva
Yastvatmarati-reva
Syadyatma triptascha manavaha
Syadatma truptascha manavaha
Atmanyeva cha santushta
Atmanyeva cha santushta
Tasya karyana vidyate
Tasya karyam na vidyate
Naiva tasya kritenartho
Naiva tasya krutenartho
Na kriteneha kaschana
Na kruteneha kaschana
Na chasya sarvabhuteshu
Na chasya sarvabhuteshu
Kaschidartavyapashrayah
Kaschidartavyapashrayah
Tasmadasakta satatam
Tasmad asakta satatam
Karyam karma samachara
Karyam karma samachara
Asakto hyacharan karma
Asakto hyacharan karma
Paramapnoti purushah
Paramapnoti purushah
Vasudeva sutam devam
Vasudeva sutam devam
Kamsa chanuramardanam
Kamsa chanuramardanam
Devaki paramanandam
Devaki paramanandam
Krishnam vande jagadgurum
Krishnam vande jagadgurum